Every single person has some opinion about who should be in Smash, and with 2 DLC slots left, all kinds of hopeful wishes from every corner of the world are constantly being thrown around frantically at light speed. But as the most intelligent person on the entire internet, it has always been my job to my responsibility to establish the correct opinion. So who does Phantom Beano want to see in Smash Ultimate? Well, it doesn't matter, because there's probably gonna be some anime boys. Sorry.
I got an invitation to join Smash!
No! What the fuck? You piece of shit, Nintendo!
Let's play a game real quick. This character is from A, SNES Final Fantasy, B, Chrono Trigger, C, Old Dragon Quest, or D, Secret of Mana. Can you guess which one? Well, guess what? You're all wrong, because that is a default sprite from RPG Maker. I'm a fucking asshole.
Babe, the new character is the booby lady from Furby Sex Game. That's the new Smash character, is Booby Lady from Furby Sex Game.
Now let me be clear, I know I like to talk a lot of shit, but liking JRPGs and even just games with the anime aesthetic is not something to be ashamed of, it's valid. For me though, it's like Quentin Tarantino, you either love it or you really, really don't. There's very little in between, and I think in my case I often lean towards the latter. From an outsider's perspective, a lot of this shit just kind of blends together, almost in the same way that Western military shooters blend together. Everybody has a compartmentalized part of their brain where we just dump everything that we're not interested in, so 90% of JRPGs just get chucked into this mental warehouse of mine, full of other things that I don't care about, like Apple products and MCU films. I'm currently at the point where I have accepted that I represent a very small percentage of the Smash audience. Clearly I'm in the minority if all these characters that I've either never heard of or don't care about are worth adding to the game, some of them as paid DLC, as opposed to the characters that I want. Now don't get me wrong, I'm still very happy that Banjo got in, and even though I don't really give a rat's dick about Final Fantasy, that Sephiroth trailer was frickin' badass, so I guess you could say it has a little something for everyone. But it often can't help but feel like I'm outnumbered by the anime fans, and that's not even just with Smash, it's everywhere. Sometimes I feel like I've been in a coma for an eternity, and then I woke up and suddenly everyone's favorite game is an anime RPG. Even back in my elementary school days with Smash Flash and Smash Flash 2, they were adding fucking Goku and Naruto, and my baby self was like, what? Why the fuck would you put that in my Nintendo? Now, to be clear, there's no objectively right or wrong answer in this case. 90% of the unofficial rules with respect to who gets added to Smash have already been broken, so, you know, it's kinda up in the air. There is still the reality that guys like me are not the primary audience. Nintendo is a Japanese company, so naturally reps that are popular in Japan come first. But perhaps I belong to a secondary audience, so I guess that's better than nothing. Now, I'm not the best guy at Smash, I'm still too impatient and short-tempered to sit down and really lab it out, so until then, a character getting into Smash is more of a symbolic victory for me at this point. The comfort of knowing that I'm not the only guy in the world who still gives a shit about Banjo-Kazooie is very sweet. That being said, there are still some characters that I would definitely put in Smash if it was up to me. Whenever discussions about new characters happen, people always bring up the Sakurai quote where he says that it's not only important that characters are iconic, but also that they're fun to play. Now when I hear this quote, I think of one man and one man only. Doom Guy, okay? Doom Guy. Think about it. Not only is this man iconic, not only was he relevant before Smash Ultimate came out with his 2016 game, not only is he still relevant with constant expansions to Doom Eternal, not only is he extremely significant in the gaming industry for legitimizing an entire genre of games, not only would he be the first real FPS rep, not only does he have a long history with Nintendo with the developers making ports for the fucking Super Nintendo, which should have been basically impossible, but I can't think of a way to make this guy not fun to play. He has a grapple hook shotgun, it's like Link's hookshot, but he can shoot the fuck out of you when he gets up close. Up special is rocket jump like in Quake, he shoots a missile downwards, it blows up and propels him upwards. It's a brilliant nod to classic FPS games. Plasma cannon shoots 1 billion plasma cells and it blasts you with the exhaust. Hell, he even has a sword, and we all know how much this game loves swords. And the final Smash? Come on, is that even a question? I actually believe Doom Eternal Doomslayer was designed for the express purpose of being easy to translate into Smash. He has so much ridiculous over-the-top bullshit that can so easily be converted into a Smash moveset. People are still saying he can't be in the game because Doom is way too violent and gory. I guess they forgot that Bayonetta exists, so, you know, balls to that. Also, he gets E1M1 as a stage. I mean, come on, how do you hate that? Also, Quake Man Mii costume. There you go. Porky. Now that's my next main. I'm about to spoil the shit out of the Mother series, so pause this video and skip to this timestamp if you don't want to hear that. Mother is a JRPG, but it won my heart by deliberately subverting most of the JRPG tropes that I despise so much. But at the same time, Porky may actually be my favorite video game villain of all time. A poor abused child with no friends who kisses ass all the way to the top until he takes control of a world-destroying alien and becomes Daddy God Emperor of the fucking universe. And then he turns into a lonely maniacal old man baby who lives in a spider mech surrounded by an army of loyal piggy bitches. Of all games published exclusively under Nintendo, the Mother series is one of the most unique and beautiful series ever created, and I think another character in Smash would be a brilliant way to celebrate its legacy. Hell, he was already a boss in Brawl, so it's not like it's an impossibility. And even then, villain characters are always the coolest ones. Everyone loves a good villain. Sephiroth, K. Rool, Dank Sheamus, Ganondorf, DDD, Meta Knight, and with Ridley in the game, you can't even make the argument that he'd be too big. As for his moveset, I'm thinking he can poke you with his legs. It has like really bullshit range with long ass recovery. He's got this sweet move where he spins around and his final smash is like, huh? What did Porky do? And everyone just fucking dies. There's a pig mask Mii costume, that would be amazing. And the stage is Tazmily Village. Just like the game, it starts out like an innocent, peaceful, old-timey village, and then the pig masks start building houses and shit while you're fighting. Then it looks like One-Et from Melee, and then the world fucking explodes because the masked man just pulls the needle in the background and awakens the dragon. That would be crazy. Two big platformer requests I keep hearing are Crash Bandicoot and Rayman. Now I'm not dissing Crash here, but if I had to choose, it would probably be Rayman. I am a little biased because I'm more familiar with him, but I'm thinking his up special is his helicopter hair, his side smash is he throws his fists at you, it's a smash attack with a little range, that's cool. His neutral special is throwing energy balls, but he can also charge them up like in Rayman 2. For his special, he can ride on the exploding shell thing and it fucking explodes when you hit someone. In his final smash, it turns into a first-person shooter section from Raving Rabbids, where you shoot plungers at everyone. As for his level, I'm thinking the Fairy Glade. There's so many cool places here, like the water and the piranhas and that ridge at the top. It's got layers. Alright, who else? Earthworm Jim. Holy shit, Earthworm Jim. This man hasn't gotten a new game since the Nintendo 64, and even though a lot of people hated that game, I liked it. And I'm thinking he can whip you with his body, like with the Belmont's whip, and he has the blaster, that's like his neutral special. It's a fast-hitting projectile thing with medium to short range with a tiny bit of knockback. It's an annoying as shit move with a lot of recovery, so if you mess it up, Doom Guy can just take his chainsaw to your face. His new map is the place with the flaming hot beans and the cheese and the french fries. Now that's what I'm talking about. Dr. Eggman. Now that's a character I would play. He's such a funny and iconic villain. He's a fucking egg with toothpick legs and he drives robots. Now tell me that wouldn't be hilarious. And the trailer's all like they're all fighting amongst each other. Then Sonic just stops for a sec to get a breather or something, and then you hear Eggman saying, "I bet you weren't expecting this," and then launches a little egg robot at you with some shit, and then he's like, "Snooping as usual, I see," and it's like, bam, Dr. Robotnik executes the competition. It's gotta be something really lame like that. Then his stage is that fucking annoying stage from Sonic Adventure 1 where there's all this wind and shit, and the camera sucks my ass. Conquer the Squirrel. Now this is a long shot. They already added one classic N64 era 3D platformer from Rareware, and they would have to water down the profanity and the horniness way down, which would almost defeat the purpose. Compared to something like Doom Guy, where he could still use his shotgun and chainsaw and it would be fine as long as they didn't didn't add blood to the game, making Conker say heck and darn and shoot and say butt instead of ass and drink soda instead of beer and removing his sex drive would fundamentally change his character too much. So I guess it's a bit of a pipe dream, but it would have been cool to see him piss all over Incineroar's lifeless corpse. Sam and Max, now this would be a fucking weird one. Nobody asked for these guys, so I'm asking. Technically they're not game characters, they were originally a comic book series in the 80s, but if some of you guys are gonna be asking for fucking Goku and shit, I think I'm allowed. It's possible that the humor wouldn't translate as well, but unlike Conker, which is a lot more heavy-handed in its delivery, Sam and Max tends to be more clever, more tongue-in-cheek.
That ride continues to amuse me.
I think we're supposed to do something in there, Sam.
You could do with a bit of female companionship, for the sake of your image. I hate to say it, but people are beginning to talk.
And it would be really weird and cool to see a point-and-click rep in Smash. That's not quite what you'd expect. As for their moveset, I guess Sam has a gun? I don't know, man. I'm just throwing shit out here. But you know what would be a really weird addition? Bam. Buck Bumble. He was from a game called Buck Bumble, which is one of a series of 1 video games on the Nintendo 64. That would be crazy, but he's got that classic theme song. Okay, but the character that would really push this game over the edge, the character that they really need to put in, bam. Think about it. He has a gun, he has 4 arms like fucking Goro from Mortal Kombat, he's got a baseball bat like Ness, and best of all, he has the same body type as Waluigi, and if you're not gonna add Waluigi... Alright, let's get serious for a moment. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter who gets in. The roster is already massive as it is, and there are plenty of characters that I like currently. If we do get another anime guy with a sword, I'll probably bitch about it at the time, but if it's someone like Sora or Lloyd, which people seem to want, then I will be happy for you guys in the long run. Remember, my opinion on anime boys or anything regarding Smash doesn't fucking matter at all. So don't take it too personally or seriously even. I'm just a guy who wants to talk about random shit that he happens to care about. I follow the Smash discourse on and off, and frankly, a lot of it is deeply irritating, borderline infuriating in fact. And after reassessing what's important and what's not, I decided that I only really care about having fun and talking to some nice ass motherfuckers like you guys. So just go play some Smash or dash some waves or don't, and really just enjoy yourself. I've wasted too much energy getting frustrated about characters getting or not getting into Smash. You know, there are other important things to spend your energy on, so yeah, just kick your feet up and have fun, because who knows when you might not be able to do that.